Hi there, friends. I'm meteorologist Robert Speta. And before I get into the update today, you might notice behind me the studio looking a little bit different. I'm trying my best to make this a little bit more streamlined, especially when we get to the streaming, when Typhoon season really begins to turn on. So we always get that support from our Patreon members, always trying to use that support to put back into our system here at Western Pacific Weather with some new software, just new looks and everything like that. So please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But before I get on more about that, let's talk about what is happening out here in the Western Pacific today. And generally, I mean, we still have this Shearline dominating, and we're starting to see kind of the changing of the guard here when it comes to the southwest monsoon and the northeast monsoon. Now, right now, we are still in that northeasterly flow here, but just in general, the easterlies are continuing to dominate, and I do think as we go ahead over the course of the next few weeks, this shear line is really just going to continue to weaken. We're starting to see the Mayu Bayou front, or at least the early stages of that, set up across parts of Japan and the eastern China. And these are all just signs of things in kind of changing up here in the forecast. Do want to stress, though, for the time being, we still have this high pressure ridge just towards our north across basically Okinawa, Taiwan. Here's your shear line and still that flow moving in. So generally drier in northern Luzon, but you're still looking at showers in the parts of Visayas here, just due to that interaction with the northeasterly flow in the easterlies continuing to dominate. And if we take a look at the broader picture with the rainfall over the course of the next 5 days, really gives you a good idea of what I'm talking about here. Basically, yeah, you can see all that moisture squeezing off here. And in fact, eastern areas of Leyte and Samar could look at some spots about 200 to 300 millimeters in the next few days. So there actually could be some pretty decent rainfall adding up here. Now I talk about the jet stream and basically the start of the northeast, or the start of the Mayu Bayou front. And this is a good graphic that kind of shows what I'm talking about here, because you see kind of this area in the oranges and the reds. That's indicating winds over 50 knots at about 500 millibars, so we're talking 20 to 30,000 feet up. So pretty decent little jet stream there. It's showing a higher level of the winds. Now, as we go ahead into the winter months, this jet stream lifts further towards the south. The summer months, it starts to lift further towards the north, and it's going to start basically around Taiwan, southern areas of Okinawa, and eventually lift over Japan as we get more so of that rainy season front starting to develop. So, yeah, we're seeing, and that's something I'm going to have to monitor daily to really monitor and see how that does kind of kick off there towards the north. For the time being, still have the northeast monsoon, but we are starting to see the early signs of that changing. And it is that time of year. It's actually running a little bit late to have the official dry season start in the Philippines. By the way, we're talking about typhoons here. What was the last Cat 5 typhoon in the Cat 5 super typhoon? I should say Cat 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale, also a super typhoon, obviously, in the Western Pacific. Manyi, Haiyan, or Odette. Stand by, and I'll give you the answer here in just a few minutes, but let me know in the comment section down below which you think here. A little bit closer look at the Philippines, so back to our local forecast, and yeah, we still have the easterlies dominating. You can see where that shear line is. Look at that, just the low level clouds right in there, and then you have the low level clouds coming in like that, and that's why, just like that, that's where this kind of collision of air masses does end up setting up, and that's where we do see some of the heavier of that precipitation continuing to kick in, just with that overall general flow here. So yeah, plenty of rainfall still in those areas, but for sure Manila, the Cagayan Valley, Taiwan, Hainan, most of Vietnam, all looking a bit drier here. In fact, Tacloban, if I had to make a guess, if I had to go somewhere where I said, okay, on Thursday and Friday, where's it going to rain? It would be Tacloban. Sorry, guys. 27 degrees, scattered showers there, even over towards Legazpi, looking at a little bit of rainfall. And also into Palawan, you got scattered showers, so not a great beach or sailing day or anything like that out there on your Thursday. But then we go back towards the north. Manila, I think, is going to be mostly dry. I know this icon shows 30, but yeah. And yes, the Cagayan Valley, this Pacific map does show rain, but it's more really going to be into the Sierra Madre Mountains. Cagayan Valley should stay mostly dry on top of that. Baguio, just a high of 24. I've seen some photos coming out of areas around Baguio. They actually have cherry blossoms starting to set in, which is kind of cool. Down in the lower levels, though, temperatures are pushing going up. And in fact, heat indices kind of getting that yellow range, 32 to 41 degrees. That's where you could be looking at heat exhaustion. So just something to keep in mind as we head more and more into the dry season, to just stay weather aware. Of course, everybody is aware of the heat. And then one thing I respect about, especially the Philippines, in the dry season, every time I go there in the dry season, everybody stays inside, really doesn't go out until after dark. Because that's when it gets cool out here. So, yeah, everybody stay smart. You all know what you're talking about. Cat 5 Super Typhoon. The last one was Typhoon Mani. Yep. I think most of the people could have got that. Mainly because Haiyan and Odette, well, Haiyan was like 20 years ago. Odette was like 5, so... yeah, we've had plenty of Cat 5 since then. Speaking of long-range typhoon outlooks, though, I do want to stress right now, no tropical cyclone formation in the northern hemisphere. Northern coast of Australia has a couple things out there that they definitely are keeping an eye on. In fact, you can just take a look at our graphic here. This is from Windy. Just showing you we got a cyclone out there towards the west. Got a couple other areas around the Caspian Sea, so... plenty to monitor down south, but off in the north, you take a look at our SpaghettiOs. Don't really have much to be concerned about here, even with that, as we look through the long-range forecast. So, yeah, for the time being, I think we're gonna be okay, friends. Yep. Anyways, if you have any questions, though, please let me know. If you like these updates, please hit that subscribe button. I truly appreciate it. I always appreciate your support and everything you guys help out this channel with, especially our Patreon members, which if you want to check that out, the link is down below as always. And I can't stress enough just the amount of support and how great it is with you guys. So yeah, as always though, like I said, thanks for watching. Of course, stay safe out there, and I hope you're having a great day wherever you are.